Sleeping Dogs is probably one of the most overlooked open world games I've ever played. To be honest, a game like Sleeping Dogs really should never work. It blends all these different gameplay ideas from the Batman Arkham series, third person shooting, over the top action, open world, set in a location that really isn't done. It really shouldn't work. And yet, it somehow is one of the better open world games you can play, even today. This game released back in 2012. You play as an undercover cop, Wei Shen. Now, Wei Shen has a bit of a history with the gang you're going to be infiltrating, and the story really delves deep into the psyche of an undercover cop, what they have to deal with, what they need to do in order to infiltrate and gain approval, and how dangerous is it for them to get so much trust to not lose themselves, okay? And it's a classic story. It's not like it hasn't been done before, obviously, but you know, it's something rare to see in a open world game. You see, Sleeping Dogs definitely comes off like one of those linear open world games I talked about in my open world video that you can watch there. And what I mean by that is that there's an open world, but the majority of the quality content is in the main narrative, okay? So the open world is more like filler. And that is sort of the case for Sleeping Dogs as well. But it does something really I can't even put it into, I can't narrow it down. It does something really incredible with its open world. It manages to create one that is so kind of boring and lifeless, but also makes it incredibly fun to explore and interact with. It's such a weird blend, because Sleeping Dogs on paper, its open world is not very good. It's not very good. There's not a lot to do. There's a couple of side missions that are all repeated constantly. There's no like locations which can blow your mind that you can explore that you can't see on the map or anything like that. And yet it's still extremely fun to play in. I mean, my favorite thing to do is just to find random civilians I'm minding my own business, walking along. I see a woman crossing the street and I go, and you just fucking punch him and knock him on the ground and just kick him in the face and then punch another guy and he's like fucking Wei Shen. Is that racist? But then comes the story. Sleeping Dogs actually has a really good story. Yeah, there are a lot of conveniences. There's a lot of points in the story where you're like, oh, okay, that was a bit dumb, or that was stupid, or how has he pulled that off, or anything like that. Because it's surprisingly intense. There is actually quite a few plot twists here, and it also goes in a direction where you think, okay, that's actually quite ballsy to do that. You see, Wei Shen, like I said, he's an undercover cop, but you can very easily lose yourself in these kinds of jobs, because you get connected with the people you're technically trying to put away for life, and it becomes quite a moral issue. You know what I mean? Do these people really deserve to? Of course they do. They're murdering, drug dealing, very bad people. However, when you connect with them, when you start singing karaoke, just like, you see, karaoke, man. Like, come on. So there's a lot of moral dilemmas, and it's really interesting to explore. And the voice acting is actually really good. Now, I'll say this, and I will say it with my chest, okay? Open world games usually do not have very good voice acting. Most of them. There are exceptions. Grand Theft Auto, obviously, GTA. That's probably the best one to point out, because the voice acting in those games is absolutely incredible. Red Dead Redemption. Some of the Assassin's Creed games have good voice acting. Some of them, okay? Not all of them. We're not going to get into that debate. I always shit on Ubisoft in these videos. I get it. But Sleeping Dogs, everyone brings their A game, man. Everyone. Whether it's Winston, I think it's Hamish, Pedro? No, it's Hamish. What am I on? Pedro as well. He's not an undercover cop. He's a cop that hires Wei Shen to do his job, and he's good as well. Basically, there isn't really a bad voice actor. I mean, even Emma Stone is in this game. How weird is that? This random game that no one ever heard of. They have Emma Stone as a girlfriend that you can date. Like, Emma Stone. Really? 2012 Emma Stone. Okay, this is after Crazy Stupid Love. This is after Zombieland. They just have Emma Stone. What's going on there? Wait, is that where all the budget went? I don't know. But yeah, Sleeping Dogs, outside of the story, manages to combine so many different gameplay ideas, and it actually works surprisingly well. They blend in the Arkham style of combat, so it's like free flow combat, but they have a very unique take on it, where it's not necessarily free flow, but you're going from each enemy, you're knocking them out. You've got heavy attacks, you've got kicks, you've got grabs, you've got different weapons that you can use, but they also blend that in with environmental takedowns that look really good. You could grab enemies, you could throw them into events, you could throw them off buildings, you can hit them up, hit their face off like fences, or throw them in fans and all sorts. Like it's brutal, and it looks really good. But the thing that really blew me away was when you finally get access to guns. They managed to blend in third-person shooting in here as well, and these games really struggle with that. The best one that I can point out is Mad Max. Mad Max, the 2015 game that I spoke about on this channel when I first started it, does something very similar. They have the free flow combat, they have their own take on it, and it plays really well, it feels really good to use, but the shooting mechanics are terrible. Like, you can only point and you can shoot once. There's basically no shooting at all. It might as well have not been in the game. Whereas Sleeping Dogs has like a whole, like half the game is actually shooting, and that really surprised me. You have pistols, you have shotguns, you have assault rifles, and the best thing that they do is that when you go into cover and you jump over cover, you can slow down time for a brief period, like Max Payne 3 and Max Payne 2 and Max Payne 1, except you can only do it when you jump from cover, which gives you this incentive to really keep moving, despite the fact you can just sit in cover like a Grand Theft Auto game or Red Dead Redemption or any other like third-person shooter from 2010, you know what I mean? And that was a really enjoyable experience. Plus, it really does lend itself towards its inspirations of, you know, like Hong Kong movies, where it's super over the top and super action oriented, and yet you know, you don't feel yourself losing immersion in any way. You're just like, yep, that should happen. Yep, he's just jumped about 20 feet and landed on his feet. Brilliant. Okay. Unrealistic? Nah, that's not unrealistic at all. You see what I mean? You get immersed. You get immersed. It's like a Jackie Chan film in a way. You're just doing over-the-top shit, and it's so much fun. Hello, it's Jack from the future. I just forgot to mention, join the Discord. It's in the description. The sticky round, we've got like 15 people in there now. Everyone's joining. Everyone's having a good time, I think. And yeah, just pop in, say hello. If you don't like it, you can always leave, right? But I don't think you will, because once you stick with the sticky round, you're stuck with the sticky people. I'm still working on that. Anyway, yeah, go away. Speaking of over-the-top shit, you can also drive vehicles, obviously, but in this game, you can actually just jump from vehicle to vehicle. Like, it just doesn't take itself seriously at all. You gotta drive at a certain speed, something pops up, you press A, and then you press A again, and you jump from your car onto the back of another car, hijack the car, and then you can just keep doing that, and then you can shoot out their tires, and every time you shoot their tire, their engine explodes for some reason. It just gets so over the top to the point where you're just like, yeah, This is great. This is so much fun. Why don't games take themselves less seriously and do stuff like this? Because it's great. It's wonderful. But I'm not even going to stop there, folks. This game has a lot to it. You can customize Wei Shen. You can get different outfits, different vehicles. You can't customize your vehicles. That is the only really downside. You can't customize your vehicles, but you couldn't do that in GTA 4 either, if I remember correctly. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. You can also unlock safe houses over the course of the game. You got these different safe houses, and you actually could go into your safe house and do these like side missions with CCTV, and that was really cool as well. But it's just super overlooked, man, and I really wish more people would play it. It released in 2012, right before the next-gen consoles released, which didn't help it at all. But, and I say but, it got a remaster in 2013 on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The remaster was not good, which was unfortunate. There was no 60 FPS update or anything like that, I don't think. Unless I'm wrong, but I play on PC. So, you know, the best place to play. But the thing that surprised me is how short this video is going to be, because I've just managed to put in about, you know, 20 hours worth of gameplay into 10 minutes of thoughts. And I don't usually do that. I do not usually do that because I like my long videos. I like my videos being 20 minutes long, and you like them. I think there's a lot of you watch them. But I think the best thing to do here is just to, anyone that hasn't played Sleeping Dogs, you could buy this game for like £3. £3 for like $5 or something. I don't know. But it's worth every penny. It's worth every penny, and I really want to see a sequel, so, you know, get out there. Go buy it if you haven't played it. It's really worth it. It's a really good game. Just go in with your expectations, you know, that you're going to be playing an over-the-top action game that has a surprisingly great story and really fun world to punch people in. Like the video if you did like the video. Oh, that was what? Like the video if you did like the video. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Stick with the Sticky Man by subscribing. I really appreciate that. If you have subscribed already, I really appreciate that too. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Cheerio!